要提升抽查保安，我也做半套，搞啥？不知道啊。要提升抽查保安，
还没来。你上一下那个 Epic。
看你的眼睛。
那眼睛吗？
这样行。
不会。
会，你不会看。
看一下改 Epic。这是老年的。人可以说，史密斯有没有给你？Christmas Class 这个多了吗？这边有很多书可以读啊，你可以设计一下你要的什么书。什么书？比如说 Blacksteady 有没有？没有，如果有的话，它会弹出来。怎么呢？Red Dogs。TY 什么？没有。对吧？干嘛？点一下，点这边箭头，你要越来越没有，就是这样。你要读吗？过来。可能都不来了，你要吃点东西吗？待会儿。看一下来不来。 Okay, great. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good evening. How are you?
Good. Thanks.
How was the airport?
It's coming.
Hello. Good morning. How are you? Do you go to the airport often for lunch?
Oh,
No. Is there a big waterfall?
Yes.
I saw that on TV. It looked so cool. It was a whole show all about food in Singapore, and it made me so hungry. And they showed the airport and bridges and buildings. It looks so cool.
Hold your mic. Okay.
What did you get to eat? Was it something delicious?
yes.
What was it?
Japanese food.
Oh, that sounds really good. They said there's something there called water cake. Is that something? Water cake?
I don't know.
I don't know either. That was on the TV show. They said they make water cakes in Singapore with radishes and they look like dumplings and you eat them with toothpicks and it looked delicious. And there was a lot of fried rice on the show. Do you eat a lot of fried rice?
I'd rather eat fried rice.
You're so lucky. I would love to be able to just get fried rice. Let's see. I don't have foods like that there. I don't have foods like that here. What do we have here? There's a lot of vegetables and that's about it. I eat a lot of vegetables. Well, let's see. I have something for you to warm up. I know it's not the most exciting way to warm up, but Langsha, I have something for you. We will get started. And then I saw that you were reading a lot of the mythology books, and I have a book for you. And I wanted to see if you would like to read it with me. So we'll warm up with this first, and then we'll look at the new book. Ta-da! All right. Can you see it? We're not going to read the whole thing. We just have to read for 1 minute. Your brother reads for 1 minute, but he has to read a whole list of words. But I'm going to give you a piece of a paragraph to read because I think you can do it. Are you ready? Set? Go.
If you look around, you will see tires everywhere. There are tires on automobiles and trucks, and there are tires on motorcycles and airplanes. Eventually, all these tires will be thrown away, creating a huge mountain of tires. You might be surprised to learn that old tires are one of the biggest and most challenging sources of trash. The piles of old tires frequently become home to mosquitoes and other insects that carry disease. Discarded tires are a dangerous fire hazard. The pollution caused by tire fire is very harmful to the environment. Because old tires don't decay, they are a problem that will be around for a long, long time. Those who care about the environment are worried about the large volume of old tires. They are
Oh,
recycled,
wait, that was my timer. Good. You're good. Researching. Right to research. We got all the way to researching. Whew. Nice job. Excellent. I'm so proud of you. Very nice. You're a great reader. Let me stop sharing that screen and start sharing. I think this is the only thing that slows me down on Zoom, switching from one screen share to another screen share. Let's see. Uh-oh. Where is my... I have to close screen share and then open it again. Oh, hang on. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. recent? Ah, there it is. Oh, it says I read this whole book. I did. I read it to get ready. Okay. When I was reading about different myths, no, I don't want to define the word. Stop, please.
Yes.
Okay. Have you read this mythology story, The Golden Touch?
King Midas.
Yes, this is King Midas. Have you ever heard of him? You have?
Turn everything into gold.
That's right. That's the story of King Midas. He turns everything he touches into gold. Why did he turn everything into gold?
Because Dionysus granted him that wish.
You're too smart. Very good. Why did he wish for himself to be able to turn everything into gold?
Because he will be then rich. Because he'll be rich.
That's right. He wanted to be rich, so he wished that everything he touched would turn into gold. But then what happened?
He touched his daughter and she turned into gold.
Was he happy about that?
No.
No. But I would be very sad too if I touched somebody I cared about and they turned into a gold statue. I would be so sad. I would have gold cats and gold family. Oh, all my food would be gold. I would be very sad. So what happened at the end of the story? Let's see.
When the king placed the things into the water, they became unfrozen.
That's right. He had to place all the things into the water. They became unfrozen. And did he have the golden touch any longer?
No.
No. Was he happier?
Yes.
Yes, he was. Very nice. Boy, we didn't even need to read that story. Have you read this story? This is another story of another boy named Midas. But this is the story called The Chocolate Touch. It's a story that's similar to the story of King Midas, except it happens today instead of in the Greek times. And this boy makes a wish too. Can you guess what he might have wished for?
Everything he touches turns to chocolate.
Yeah, I think that would be kind of good for a little bit. I would be so happy. So it says, can you ever have too much of your favorite food? When everything that touches his lips turns to chocolate, John Midas is about to find out. Have you read this story yet?
No.
Oh, this is one of my favorite stories. I even have the book on my bookshelf. I almost mailed it to you, but I didn't want to lose my book. It's the only one I have. And then I saw that it was on Epic, and I got so excited. Because there it is. It's a little boy, and he looks so excited to get his candy. So in chapter 1, most of the time, John Midas was a very nice boy. Every now and then, of course, he broke a rule, such as the rule against pretending to be a tiger when his sister Mary was supposed to be getting sleep. Generally speaking, however, he behaved very well. He should have behaved better. Your turn.
He lived in a comfortable house surrounded by a green lawn and wide spreading shade trees that was suitable for climbing. His mother was gentle as well as practical. His father, when he didn't have to hurry to town, spent hours telling John interesting things about baseball, beetles, nests, boats, pigeons, and butterflies.
That's a lot of bees. Good job. John went to school and liked it. His teacher, Miss Plimsoll, was fairly easy to get along with, as long as he did careful work. He had received a new shiny golden trumpet and music lessons as a going to school present. Mrs. Quaver, the music teacher, had soon agreed to let him play small parts, a few notes at a time, with the school orchestra. What's up there?
Finally, there was Susan Buttercup, who was in his class. Susan had soft yellow curls and round pink cheeks, blue eyes, the one of the best collection of marbles in the neighborhood.
Ooh. John should have been completely well behaved, but he wasn't. Your turn. I had the tiny paragraph.
He had one bad fault. He was a pig about candy. White candy, cotton candy, licorice, all sorts, old-fashioned toffee, candied orange and lemon slices, crackerjack, jelly beans, fudge, blackcurrant lozenges for ticklish throats, nougat, marrons,
Oh boy.
peppermint sticks, lollipops, marshmallows, and above all, chocolates. He devoured them all.
Very good. Do you know all of these candies?
No,
I don't either. This is the one I don't know. Boiled candy. What is boiled candy? Do you have boiled candy? Let's see. Boiled candy. It seems like when we boil, maybe it's hard candy or like, I don't know. We'll have to look that word up. I'm going to write it down so I don't forget. Because boiled candy is something I don't know what that is. So when I come to a word that I'm not sure about, I write it down so I can look it up later. Okay, here's our next word. Cotton candy. Have you had cotton candy?
yes,
Yes. Do you like cotton candy? Me too. Do you like blue cotton candy? Pink cotton candy? Those are the only colors I know.
only eaten before pink.
Yeah, pink is good. Let's see. There's licorice. This looks like it says licorice, and it's called licorice. Have you had licorice?
No,
Licorice is a dark, let me look up a picture of licorice. New window.
I heard of it in a book.
You've heard of it in a book? Let's see. Here's a good picture. Okay. Licorice. I have to switch my screen. Oh, where is my... There we are. Stop sharing. Start sharing. Licorice. Okay, here are my pictures of licorice. Sometimes licorice is many different colors. There's red licorice, black licorice. It comes from a licorice plant, which is in Western Asia. And it tastes, I think it tastes not very good. I don't like licorice. It's one taste that I really don't like. But this is how I normally see licorice. Like these. Have you seen anything like these? Look at all of these candies. All different kinds of licorice. I don't like them, but this boy in our story really likes them. Okay. So licorice of all sorts. He likes the red, black, colorful. Old-fashioned toffee. Do you know what that is?
No.
It's like, you've heard of it?
In Harry Potter.
Yes, I was just going to say, let's see, toffee looks like this. Toffee. Ooh, it's a lot of sugar. There's what look at that. It's almost like a caramel. It looks hard and chewy or crunchy. Ooh, would you like that?
Yes.
I might like it. I think it tastes pretty good. Let's see. After toffee, he mentioned candied orange and lemon slices. Have you had those?
No.
No. Do you know what those look like?
No.
Let's see. It looks like this. Uh-oh. I like these. It's just lemon or orange pieces, and they are covered in sugar like candy. They're pieces of orange, and they're cooked in sugar to make them crunchy like this. That's very sweet and probably tart and bitter. Cracker Jack. Do you know this one? Cracker Jack is a candy. We eat it in America, but they might have it in England and other places too. It's the toffee caramel covered on popcorn and peanuts. It's candied popcorn and peanuts. He just eats everything. What about jelly beans? Yeah. Do you like jelly beans?
I know what it looks like, but I
You know what it is, but you haven't eaten it. You must eat very yummy things. You don't know any of these foods. That's good because these are not always good for us. What about this word? Whoops. I spelled it wrong. Fudge. This word is fudge.
Fudge.
Fudge. It's a soft, creamy candy made of milk, sugar, butter, and flavoring. And it looks like chocolate. It looks like a chocolate bar. Where is my fudge? I like fudge. See, they look like chocolate brownies. There's peanut butter fudge, Christmas fudge, chocolate and nut fudge. This fudge looks like a chocolate chip cookie. Oh, look at this. Pink fudge. Boy, Longsha, we could have a whole meal of fudge. So let's see. John likes all those kinds of candy. Blackcurrant lozenges for ticklish throats, nougat, marron glace, that's like another sugar. Acid drops, I don't know what those are. Peppermint sticks, lollipops, marshmallows, and chocolate. While other boys and girls spent their money on model airplanes, magazines, skipping ropes, and pet lizards, John studied the candy counters. All his money went on candy, and all his candy went to himself. He never shared it. John Midas was candy mad.
At lunch one Saturday, Mrs. Midas noticed a couple of little reds on the end of John's nose. Look, she said to Mr. Midas. John has spots. Mr. Midas leaned forward to look at them. He gravely shook his head and clicked his tongue. John tried to look too, but it is very difficult to see the end of your own nose without your mirror, unless you happen to be an elephant with a long nose that you can bend double. John tried to look at the end of his nose, first with one eye and then with the other, and then with both together. All he could see was a pink blur. Besides, trying to look at something so close made his eyes ache.
I can't see any spots, Mother, John said. Well, I can, Mr. Midas said. Just because you don't see a thing doesn't always mean it isn't there. Try feeling the end of your nose with your finger. John rubbed his finger over the tip of his nose. It felt a bit rough. It may be measles, Mrs. Midas said anxiously. She placed her hand on John's forehead to feel whether he was warmer than usual. But I don't think he has a temperature, she decided. Your turn.
I suspect John has been eating too much candy again, Mr. Midas said. Have you been eating candy this morning, John? John admitted. What? Mr. Midas asked. Well, John replied. Well, I had a few cream delights. Susan gave them to me. Anything else? A little coffee crunch, John said. And what else? Mr. Midas asked, beginning to look cross. John's ears grew red. He knew he wasn't supposed to eat candy before meals. Oh, hardly anything else. John, Mr. Midas said, and his son recognized his tone. The tone, it meant that John had to tell everything. It turned out that John had been around to see most of his friends and managed to get candy from nearly all of them. The list he recited was a long one. No wonder you have spots, Mr. Midas commented at last. I think we better take John to see Mr. Kenyon, he said to Mrs. Midas.
Dr. Cranium was a tall, thin man with a bald head and a gray mustache. He looked through his glasses at John and said, He eats a lot of candy, Mr. Midas said. He hasn't been eating his meals properly, Mrs. Midas said. That's just what I thought, Dr. Cranium said. I can tell by looking at him that he eats too much candy. The doctor shone a little electric light into John's right ear. Then he shone it into John's left ear. Then he shone it into John's nose. He told John to open wide and say, ah. Then he shone the light into John's mouth. Much too much candy. Gracious me, he seems to be full of candy. Now, wait a minute. Could you see if someone was full of candy by looking in their ears? If I looked in your ears, could I see candy or fried rice or anything else yummy? Well, this boy seems to be full of candy. It's your turn.
Told John to sit down and relax. Then he picked up a small rubber-handled hammer and gave John a light tap on the right knee, just below the jaw. John's foot gave a weak kick. John giggled. It's nothing to laugh about, Mr. Midas said. No, John, the doctor reproved him. A healthy little boy who didn't eat too much candy will kick harder than that. I'm sorry, John said politely, but I can kick harder if you want me to. He gave a sudden high kick, which knocked the hammer out of Dr. Cranium's hand. He landed on his rubber head and bounced across the room.
Oh boy. Let's see.
Exclaimed Mrs. Midas. I'm so sorry, Dr. Cranium. John, tell the doctor you're sorry for kicking his hand. I'm sorry I kicked your hammer, John said.
I would recommend less candy, Dr. Cranium told Mr. and Mrs. Midas. An upset stomach can lead to all sorts of complications. On the way home, Mrs. Midas tried to explain to John what she thought the doctor meant by complications. You see, she said, if you put too much of one kind of food in your stomach and not enough of other kinds, it is bad for your whole body because different parts of your body need different kinds of food. Do you understand? I think so, John said. You've been eating so much sweet stuff, Mr. Midas added, that there isn't room for eggs and meat and milk and bread and spinach and apples and fish and bananas and all the other things you're supposed to have to make you grow big and strong. I like bananas, John said, especially in thin slices covered with chocolate. They're called banana surprises. Mr. Midas looked at Mrs. Midas, and Mrs. Midas looked at Mr. Midas. They both shrugged their shoulders. Sometimes it was hard to make John understand things.
At home, while Mrs. Midas was busy in the kitchen, Mr. Midas continued to reason with John. You mean you'd rather eat candy than anything else, and chocolate rather than any other kind of candy? Yes, John assured him. Oh, yes. Don't you think there's such a thing as enough? Don't you think that things are best in their places?
Oh, sorry.
think there's a time for spaghetti and a time for roast beef and even a time for pickled herring and garlic toast as well as a time for chocolate. Or would you have chocolate all the time? Chocolate all the time, John replied emphatically.
Yes, emphatically. You did a great job sounding that out. Do you know what that means? Emphatically. It's the way that you say something like you really mean it. So if I said, Langsha, would you rather have vegetables or chocolate all the time? And you said, oh, chocolate all the time. That's emphatically, you really mean it. You're like, definitely chocolate all the time. Chocolate's best, that's all. Other things are just food, but chocolate's chocolate. Oh, he's very excited about his chocolate.
I think I understand, Mr. Miller broke in sharply. Very well. He took a deep breath and went on. Ron, he said, if you can't understand what sort of diet is really best for you, you can at least get it into your head that you make your mother very unhappy when you eat so much candy that you can't eat anything else. The conversation always seemed to get around to the effect of Dawn's candy eating on Dawn's mother. Dawn couldn't see how it could possibly do her any harm if he ate candy.
He sat silent for a moment.
Then he said, may I go out and play, please, Daddy?
I thought he was thinking about how he was affecting his mother. He was thinking for a moment if he could go outside and play. Oh, I don't think he gets it. I don't think he understands. Let's see, is this? Yes, this is chapter 2. So I was going to stop at the end of chapter 1. You did a great job reading. What do you think so far? Do you like this story?
Yes.
Yes, I like it too. It's important when we read something to read something that we like, because otherwise we don't enjoy reading it. And when we read books like this, we want to read something we like to read. I like to read this story because I think it's a fun story. And I think it would be fun to turn everything I touch into chocolate. But I think I might get sick of it. Didn't you say you like to draw? You like to draw something. What did you like to draw? Was it fruits and candies? What do you like to draw?
I like to draw people.
People? Let's see if I can get how do I give you my screen? Okay. You should be able to draw. Do you have your pen? What do you think John looks like? He's a little boy who doesn't eat any vegetables or fruits or meats or rice or breads or anything good for him. All he eats is candy. Are you able to draw? Did I give it to you? Oh, it says waiting for you to control my screen. Aha! It worked. Oh, I like you're giving him little hair. Oh, I can tell already. Oh, it says waiting for you to control the screen again. What happened? Are you stuck? Oh, no, it says you're... It says that you're drawing, but then it says I'm waiting for you. Oh, it says I'm waiting for you to draw, but you are drawing. You're choosing all the colors too. Oh, you're a much better artist than I am. You gave him shorts. Do you think he's happy? Do you think he's happy eating all of the candy?
Yes.
I think he is too. He has a lot of friends. So let's see. I'm going to draw him. Ah, there's his happy mouth. I'm going to draw him a chocolate bar. I'm not as good of an artist as you are. My chocolate bar doesn't look as good. So let's see. I need little lines. Chocolate bars have little lines, don't they? Are you able to still draw? Yes, you are. Okay. Are you drawing a chocolate bar too? I could tell because we're using brown. And let's see. Oh, he likes bananas only when they're covered in chocolate. So that won't help. Oh, we read about cotton candy. Would you like to draw some cotton candy? I will draw my cotton candy over here. This is what cotton candy looks like where I live. Except it comes in many different colors. Blue and pink and purple and green and all the different flavors. Oh, that looks good. Oh, is yours on a stick? That makes so much sense. That must be easier to eat. Cotton candy on a stick. My cotton candy just comes in a bag and you pull it out with your hands. I like it on a stick. That's pretty smart. Let's see. There was something else that he ate. Oh, yes, I remember. Can you guess what this is? There's 1 and 2. He had 2 of these things. That was his orange and lemon slices. Candied orange and lemon. There's my lines. There, now it looks like a lemon, kind of. I draw a line and an orange line. Do you remember what fudge looked like? What is that? Is that fudge? No. Is that toffee?
Marshmallow.
Oh, marshmallow. I love marshmallow. Do you like marshmallow? Me too. Did you ever cook a marshmallow on a fire?
No.
No? Someday we'll have to get together and we will cook marshmallows on fire. It makes them crispy and melted in the middle. It's so yummy. And then I put them on a chocolate bar. Oh, I'm like John, all the candy. Is there any kind of candy that you like that John didn't mention? Is there something we don't know about? Let's see. What is your favorite thing to eat? Is there something sweet like
Wait,
I can't.
something.
Oh, while you are gone, I will draw you a lollipop. Watch this. I can do this. What is it? What is that? What is that? Is that real money or is that chocolate?
Chocolate.
Oh, it's so big. That whole thing is chocolate? Is it really big or are you really small? It's really big, isn't it? Wow. Boy, okay, let's see if we can draw a chocolate. I don't know if I can draw a chocolate coin that big. Here, next to John. Is it about this big next to him? That is really big. Oh, is it delicious?
Yes.
Oh. Do you get it for a special holiday? Or you just can get that anytime you want?
Go to Sentosa, there's a candy shop, and everybody get to choose 2 different kinds of candy.
And that's what you chose? A giant chocolate coin? That was really smart. I bet it lasts. Does it last a long time or do you eat it right away? Is it something that you can eat in one bite? Do you share? Do you share it with everyone or is it just yours?
I'm gonna make it last until Christmas.
You're going to make it last until Christmas? Starting when? Starting today? Or are you going to start the day before Christmas? That's what I would do. I would start Christmas morning and make it last until Christmas and eat the entire thing in one day. I am terrible with chocolate, Langsha. I eat all the chocolate. It's delicious. Wow. I like your chocolate. It's really cool.
A bag, and he had to buy it
Wow.
because the bag had a hole.
Wow. That's really cool. I like the picture we made. This is a very cool picture. When we write about our story, I'm going to save it. I don't know where it is, but I saved it someplace. Let's see if maybe I should take a picture of it so I make sure I save it. It says that I saved it, but that doesn't mean anything. Okay, now I know I saved it. You did awesome today. Thank you for reading the first chapter with me. And next time, we will read the second chapter and we will warm up with something smaller. Sound good? Good. Do you still have school holiday?
Yes.
Yay! Until January?
Yes.
What are you going to do today?
I have lessons.
Oh, you have lessons. And then are you going to eat your chocolate? Are you going to eat your chocolate after karate? No? I would be eating little bites all day long until it's gone. Well, I hope you have fun at karate today. Be careful. And I will see you next time, Langsha. Have fun. Bye.
Bye.